Hi, beautiful Leos. Welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. Happy April. I'm actually reading your April reading, and I just want to say a couple things. It's here. It's what, the first quarter's gone. I'm wearing the red energy gloves for you. For those that are new, welcome. For those returning, I'm Marianne, and I am a intuitive tarot reader and a mystic person that loves all metaphysical things in general. But I really, really love energy, and I love color, and everything we see and touch in this world is from energy. So it's kind of what I like to really put forth in my readings, and to say that as a fire sign, you're about the red, you're about the fire, and we're in Aries season, your fellow fire signs. So I felt it as soon as it all started to transpire, as I do every year, because it's a very notable energy. And it is Aries season, like I said, it started, the 20th of March, and it's just building, right? And then we had the spring equinox, and then we had the last eclipse in the series of Aries Libra on the 29th, which was 2 days ago, because it's April 1st today, and I'm unfortunately I'm behind in the readings, so I am just trying to, first of all, be at peace. My phone ran out of storage last Wednesday, and I was in the middle of a video, and it's been a very interesting journey, but I do have more storage now. I'm going to shorten the readings, and I'm going to start like I always do, and I like to have a format. And that is to say that I'm going to check, or Spirit's going to check, your chakra for the month of April. Now, speaking of energy, that is exactly what the chakras are, for those that have never heard of that. Most of you probably have. I hadn't heard about it until I was in my 40s. And then when I did, I've been very, very excited and very in tune with that ever since. They are the energy centers within our body. They represent everything, whether we're strong enough or healthy enough, or, whether we're feeling, motivated, or, the list goes on, right? So there's 7 chakras, and then there's an 8th with my beautiful cards here that represent, the various meanings and the ways that you can bring them to full life, and make sure that if there's any blockages or restrictive feelings, the saying on the back is a beautiful way to release that and to just utilize them to the best of your ability, right? Because that's what they're there for. So what I do is, I actually have been putting them under the table and doing a quick shuffle. And I noticed that I took off my little placemat. It's under here actually now, because I like this glass, although it's got a little, hope you can't pick up on that. It's not the cleanest looking right now. I apologize. But I'm going to do it this way, because the last reading I noticed you can see what I was doing. It's okay. It's just, I'm going to put it behind my back, and then we'll see which spirit wants you to be aware of, like I said, specifically for the month of April with your specific chakra. And for you, yes, it's the 8th. Is this the one I just did? Let me double check. No, I'm right. It's the 8th. It looks very much like the 6th, which is the last one I did. The 6th chakra is our intuition. It's our third eye, basically. But this is the all-encompassing chakra that connects all of us. It's the one consciousness, right? That we're all in this together. And I love that. And I love the color deeply. But also, any of the blues and purple colors resonate and generally mean the chakras that are going to have to do with our knowing and our intuition, our third eye, our higher power sort of energies. The 8th chakra says, and by the way, 8 is a phenomenal number in numerology, representing great abundance, prosperity, and, just the most and the best. And it says, all that my soul has ever and will become rests gently in this moment. My soul-filled power is here now. And what I love about that is when it comes to energy and it comes to our manifestational capabilities, which we all have and do, even when we don't realize it, is that it's all about now. It has to be. That's the most power we can utilize in the present moment. So I like that it reminds us of that. It's basically what I would call a mantra. In saying that, I think you will find a stronger connection to Source, God, Gaia, your higher power, which we're all very much a part of and all, like I said, connected to. So I love that a lot. And I'm going to put the correlating crystal, which is something that, I find extremely important. I use it for my sessions as a massage therapist. I use it for Reiki. I use it to have in my pocket just because I feel the energies from the different various crystals and what they provide. But for you, for the 8th one, it actually does not have the 8th one in there. I remembered now. But that's okay. And when I say it doesn't have, I have this beautiful little gift package, and it comes with all the appropriate crystals. But this particular 8 chakra, messages that came from another set doesn't include the 8th as far of it. So I did that on my own. And for me, it was definitely because of the color, but the indication of what it means is definitely the amethyst as well. Amethyst is all about knowing and our ability to perceive, and the clairvoyance that can have many different, whether it's clear as hearing, seeing, feeling, all the senses, and definitely your intuition and psychic abilities. So I'm going to just infuse the reading with this. I wore this for the last reading, which was, in fact, for the third eye, which is also pretty much everything I'm speaking of. So they're all very close as far as what the energies provide. But I love it for you. I love it a lot. And I feel like because you are a fire sign that is ruled by the sun and has so much power and so much, I would say, pride and kind of a royal, king of the forest, if you will, as a lion or lioness, you care a great deal about, the passionate part of you and the way that you want to reach everybody. You're center stage a lot of times. You want to be seen and heard, and you want to do well at whatever you do. And I love that about you, Leo. And it's hard not to love you. It really is. And you can be so incredibly generous and caring and, gregarious. So, and creative and talented, but the list goes on. So we're going to do the reading. Time is not on my side, but we'll get to the juicy parts that matter. So if you like what you're seeing and you like my energy and would like to have readings and so on and so forth, please let me know. Please like and subscribe and help build my channel, because that's how it happens. And it's that simple, and it's free. And I know you, and I know that if you thought that was going to make a difference, that's what you would do. So I am reaching out to you boldly during an Aries season to ask that of everybody, actually. And I'm going to lay out the cards. I have shuffled them and then blessed them. And I always ask for clear and concise messages for the highest good. And I'm going to mention a couple of other things that are really important. The retrogrades are real. They've been with us for a long time. And Mars was hugely an extended stay, which happens every couple of years. Now we've had Mercury retrograde, which we have 3 or so times a year. And then Venus is an extended retrograde, right? Both of those are still happening in this month as we start the month of April. And it's going to be, the retrograde of Mercury will end next Monday. So that's good news. But remember, for every retrograde, there's always a shadow period before and after, building up to the retrograde and then after, to build up the momentum again from what appears to be the reverse energy of the planets, though it's illusion. It's just the feeling that, you can't quite seem to get anything out during that time. It's all introspective. It's not like, you don't want to make super important plans if you can help it. You don't want to necessarily start things or buy things that are anything technical, transportation-wise, or, communication-wise. It's just, it gets a little mixed up and crazy, So, the Mercury retrograde will stop on the 7th. The Venus retrograde will stop on the 12th. And after that, Leo, it's going to be absolutely forward-moving energy. We have Mars going into your sign on the 18th. And I won't go into too much astrology, but those things They matter so much, and you're going to feel them energetically, which I said is so important to me in this channel, is feeling and understanding the energy and how we exude it, how we receive it, and how we feel it. So we're going to explain a little more, though, with the meanings and the messages coming through these cards. Now, this is the really cool deck that I got last Christmas, and it's called the Small Spells Tarot by Rachel Howie. And I like it. I love the illustrations. It's very simple, but it gets the point across. So I'm going to put these down here, make a little bit more room, and we'll go going. So the first message is the recent past coming into this reading, Leo, and you have the Empress. Well, you're the first person that I pulled this for, but I love it because guess what? When it comes to Venus, which is the ruling planet of both Libra and Taurus, and incidentally, the full moon will be in Libra on the 12th, the very day that Venus, which is the ruling planet of Libra, goes direct. And Empress represents Libra or Venus. And so this is very, very synchronistic right off the bat. But the Empress is such a wonderful, beautiful energy because it represents creative energy. It represents, with the Rider-Smith, you usually see a woman who's pregnant. And yes, it absolutely can mean there's a child in the picture, there's one you're wanting to conceive, there's one you're thinking about, or the fact that you are starting a project and the creative aspect of it is just beginning, the seed has been sown, planted, or in other words, planted. We are in spring, and it is absolutely that time as well. You know, that ushered in on the 20th of March. The eclipses, we just finished that series of eclipses. It's been very, very, very incredible transformational energy for everybody, and you're no exception. But a lot of it felt like things were delayed. So this is not happening anymore, and this is about utilizing that part of you, Leo, that is extremely creative, and maybe having the understanding that you are bringing forth a child or a furry child, you know, a furry friend. All of so important, but an addition is what I'm trying to say, and feeling really, really good about this. It's the most loving, compassionate card in the tarot, and it is a major arcana. And that's when the universe or spirit or your guides or your higher power, however you want to feel or express that yourself, is really wanting you to be aware and signaling you this message. That's very important for April. Okay, so then we have your present message, and that's the Three of Pentacles. So it just keeps growing. Now the 3 is the Empress as well. That's 2 3s. And by the way, 3s are definitely about growth and expansion and working with others, but mastering what it is you're wanting to do, and, you know, getting the conversations going and the right people, the right places happening, which is exactly what happens when everything goes direct. Starting the 12th of April, right? So I love that. You've got the bees working hard at their diligent, you know, that is a system in itself, right? You've got the queen bee and everybody knows their place, and there's working groups together, right? Once again, there's a confirmation of some kind of agreements. There's a shaking of the hand. You've started this in your recent past, whatever this project or creativity or idea, you know, you were mulling it over because you knew you really couldn't necessarily go forward. And if you tried, it really wasn't going anywhere. But not now. Not now, my dear, beautiful Leos. So congratulations on that. Your future card, which could be tomorrow, you know, anything from today on, is the 6 of Pentacles. And that's the earth element. And that's about money. That's the Taurus. You know, that's the grounded. You take your ideas, you take your inspiration, you take your spirit, your motivation, your movement, and you ground it so that it's actually physically tangible. You can see it, feel it, smell it, touch it, all the senses. You know, Venus is also the ruling planet of Taurus, so they're very much about their senses. And all the good things, all the things that make you feel good, and the money and the riches and all the things that are sustenance for us. But the 6 of Pentacles is about reciprocation, you know, reciprocity. what you're giving, you receive. And if you're not the one giving, you are definitely receiving, but most likely you are the one giving. And I'm super happy to see that. There's a balance. You know, that's maybe not been the case. It certainly hasn't been for me. But I know what to do in those times as an older woman now. It's like, okay, it's a little lean, the work slowed down a bit. Mars really changed a lot of people's work situation as an entrepreneur. You notice it, you feel it, right? But it's always a cycle. We know that's not going to stay, right? So that's what I'm seeing is a prevalence of financial security coming through. So you've got this idea, you've got the people, and you've got the finances to make things happen. So what an amazing, beautiful, and increments of 3, 3, 3, 6, you know, which 3, 6, 9, basically. It's on, Leo. It is. It's on. And with that Mars going into your sign, forget about it. You are in charge, and you're charging forward. So to complement, or I should say clarify, and hopefully complement the recent past of the Empress, you have Judgment. So this is another major arcana. Now, what's really cool about it is Judgment is already done. It's basically fated destiny, whatever, however you want to word that. Normally you see in the Rider-Waite-Smith depiction of it, you know, souls coming out of their graves and rising again like the phoenix. It's like starting anew. And that's exactly what this energy is providing for us. You know, the eclipses, they last for months, whatever the information it is we need to know and the lessons. And they've happened all our life. And it's very transformative. Sometimes it happens immediately. Sometimes you won't know the lessons or the messages for months. But I feel with this particular reading, a lot of it's come through, and now you're just ready to make it happen. And the Judgment is just that. It's, you know, there's a horn being tooted saying, it's time, you're ready, it's done. And it's a great, great clarification of your desire to create and to start and to begin and to really to make it happen. Then the Three of Pentacles clarification with the help and the people and the right circumstances. You have the Knight of Cups. Well, the Knights are our messengers, and this is about the heart. Okay, so there's something coming into that has to do with love and romance. And let's just say it's not romance. It's a fulfillment of your desires, okay? And your cups are being filled. And the Knight of Cups is just that, bringing good information. There's a rose, there's, you know, the top hat, the performer, there's a rabbit in there. That represents the child again, so that's interesting, and I have to bring that up. Let me know. I'm very nosy, and I also want to be as much a part of this community and to grow it and to feel its authenticity and how we just kind of get each other, you know, because it means a lot to me, and I've always wanted that in my life a lot. So I love that. I really do. You're getting the help, you're getting messages. You might have already received part of it, but like I said, it could take a few stages, and maybe not the fulfilling, the absolute end of the messages are here yet with this retrograde still pending. So then we have your future, and that's the Six of Pentacles, and that's help. That's, you know, financial help. It's maybe your own health, literally. I mean, it doesn't always have to be money, but certainly money that could help in any endeavor, and certainly having to do with any kind of investment that you may need to pursue this particular endeavor. And oh my gosh. Oh, it starts as, you know, the beautiful reciprocity, but then it comes to the 10, which is the ultimate. Look at that. This is really, really exciting, and it's one of the best readings I've had, Leo, but it doesn't surprise me because honestly, a lot of people have been through it, and I think you're one of them. And I mean, Mars was in your sign and it went retrograde and then went into Cancer. It's not comfortable in Cancer. It's coming back into your sign. You're going to feel so alive and so ready and so on top of the world with your incredible talent and drive and verve and, you know, your passion. So that's absolutely excellent. I would say, hands down, one of the best readings. Not that I've had bad readings. You're just one of the better ones from there. So let me finish with the oracle message, if I may. And this is a beautiful deck, and I haven't pulled this out for a while. But it is the, I'm trying to let this box drop. It is called the Starseed Oracle. And basically it's a word and one message that'll pertain to you for the month of April. So let's see if it's very, if it culminates and makes sense and is in tandem with the reading thus far. But it is, once again, it's your own personal reading. And I want to thank you once again and tell you, I hope you have an amazing, beautiful April, because I feel extremely excited about what it will have to offer, because we've been through a lot, and it's going to be a lot as well in its own right, but in a different way and with a lot of forward movement. So I guess I can't say that enough for you. And your message is forge, don't follow. And it's so Leo. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Wow. And you are a leader. It's so perfect. Nobody's gotten this. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous card. All right. Well, I guess that says it all. I'm super happy to have been able to read for you. Please do check out my collective that I do on Mondays, where it gets a little more into it if you want to sit around, have a cup of tea or coffee, listen to more astrological aspects of the week. It's usually weekly, and it's, like I said, Monday. So bless you. Take great care. Thank you. And hope to see you back in May. Bye for now.